I believe I got most of the residue off, but hopefully whatever I didn't get off comes off with a quick wash. Alright, what was supposed to be a short wash turned into quite an extensive one. I really don't know why I always do that. I know it's going to take a lot longer than I think it does because I am not one to just wipe over my car, especially when it's that dirty and that condition, and just wipe over it and be done with it. I have to do some other things to make sure that the thing is clean. But what you did see me spraying on it was from Suma Performance, and it's their ceramic coating spray that they have. I do personally like it, and I just every couple washes I spray it on there when I'm drying it, and it acts like a ceramic coating for it, and it doesn't last all the time, which is why I do it every few washes or so. So just keep that in mind if you wanted to get it. I do have a discount code for it. It is going to be on the screen right now if you wanted to go ahead and check that out and get you something for yourself. But I'm starving because I haven't eaten all day, so let me go ahead and start the car up and head on to Zaxby's because I've been craving some Zaxby's a lot lately. But let me quit rambling on and go ahead and start the car. And in typical PJ fashion, we also need to stop at the gas station. So let me head on there, and then I'll get to talking about what I really want to talk to you guys about for this video. Personally been noticing lately that there has been an ongoing trend of people just getting out of the car community and getting rid of their cars, selling their sports cars. I just wanted to touch on that real quick about me and my Genesis, because over time I have been hinting that I wanted to potentially get rid of the Genesis as well as some of my other vehicles, and to get something that I feel as if would do better in the social media field. Well, this is to say that I do plan on keeping the Genesis for as long as I possibly can. I'm not going to be getting rid of it. And quite frankly, I also think that if I was to get rid of it, I definitely wouldn't even get the amount that I think think would be worth me letting it go for, especially since the car is paid off now. And as you can tell by the title of the video is gonna be about what I think my Genesis is worth as of right now, as it sits, and compared to what I feel as if a perfect-ish Genesis would be worth. Pretty loud. But yeah, I'm just gonna go over the maintenance and everything that I've done to it. Performance mods, cosmetic mods, interior mods, and everything to show y'all how I came up with the number. And hopefully you can see why I came up with the number. The 2014 Genesis Coupe 3.8 R-Spec, if I believe right, whenever it came out, the MSRP was low 30s, I believe. And I definitely don't think I'm gonna get anywhere close to that if I were to sell the car now, and I wouldn't even try to get close to that if I were to sell the car now. But starting with the front of the car, I have done eBay lip to it. I do have carbon fiber hood vents that are supposedly functional, even though I don't know if they work other than releasing heat out of the hood. I still have the stock front bumper, even though I've modified the grille a little bit to give it a more sporty look. It looks more aggressive in my opinion, and I believe it will let a little bit more cooler air to the motor, as well as my custom cold air intake that I've made. I have routed it. I believe it's a custom 4-inch intake that goes into, no, it's a custom 3.5-inch intake from the throttle body that goes into a 4-inch filter. So I had to modify the piping a little bit, and I do believe that it helps out a great bit with horsepower, but I do believe I'm losing a little bit on torque because of that. And that's not necessarily something that will make the daily driving experience better-ish, because you don't typically go high speeds on the highways every day unless you're just like a daredevil or something. But I typically just drive the car around, stay in the lower gears, maybe higher RPMs if I want to do spirited driving. But other than that, I mean, it doesn't necessarily matter if I was to get the 4-inch intake or just go with a complete 3.5 or even 3-inch cold air intake for the car. My car has been lowered on JDM Sport lowering springs, and it's on XXR 559 wheels. I get so many questions and comments and compliments on those wheels. I don't even know, like, I don't think they look as good as people think they do, but that's because, I mean, obviously I own them. But let me stop the seatbelt chime. But so many people like them, and they're so cheap. I want to upgrade the wheels so bad, but I don't want to spend my money in that aspect as of now. Upgraded wheels will be coming in the future. I've said that a bunch of times already, but things just keep on coming up. And I also get a lot of comments on my exhaust. That's another thing I don't quite like a lot. I mean, it does sound good on downshifts and higher RPMs, but just cruising around, I don't know about that. I'm not even gonna lie to you. The idle sounds mean. It does sound like a smaller, like, imported V8, but not as much as people say it does. To me, it sounds more like a Subaru, and that's because of, like, on D-Cell, just listen at it. Like, it sounds so much like a Subaru. But my exhaust setup is J2 headers, stock downpipes, CNT test pipes, and a CNT catback with the CNT resonators deleted. And I put Arrow 2.5-inch resonators on there to replace those. And I chopped the mufflers off. So that's why it's quite loud, because it's pretty much straight pipe now with some resonators. I might need to bring the phone out because I'm chopping this up a lot. I forgot the mods I've done because I've had the car for 4 years now, and I just forgot all the stuff that I've done to it, to be honest with you. And it's a lot of traffic on this road, so I can't even drive right now. But I'm just gonna read a few of the performance mods that I have while I'm waiting on this traffic. I do have a 3.8 performance manifold riser, 3.8 performance engine leash, 3.8 performance grounding kit, 3.8 performance subframe bushing shims, torque solution throttle body spacer. Do I have torque solution lightweight pulley kit? What lightweight pulley kit do I have? I don't even remember, but if it's not, then I'm gonna correct it on the screen right now. Pretty much it's basically full bolt on, no E85. I'm still on 93 pump gas, and just as far as the drivetrain goes, the motor is completely stopped. Even though I blew the motor that came in here from the factory and had to swap it with another motor. It's the same motor, but swapped it with another one. And whenever the guy took the motor out, he did replace the rear main seal for me, because that's the reason why the other one blew anyways. And he said the clutch was still good at the moment, which was probably like almost 30,000 miles ago. And as of now, the car has 134,000 miles on the chassis and 30,000 less on the motor, so it's around 100,000 miles or so, which is time for me to start doing a lot more maintenance things, like maybe checking the fuel filter. I've never done that. Changing the clutch and the throwout bearing and the pilot bearing and all that stuff for the drivetrain, and also freshening up some bushings and stuff for the suspension, because I can definitely feel the wear and tear in the suspension. I'm not even gonna lie to you. And part of that is possibly my fault, because I have lowered it on springs and I'm not on coilover. So like the spring and the shock, they don't necessarily get along well enough like the factory ones did. Oh, and one thing I forgot too that I get a lot of questions about is my spoiler. I actually have a Boost Tech carbon fiber spoiler that I got years ago when I first got the car. I believe it's discontinued now because nobody can find it anywhere, which is another reason why I haven't changed that out yet, because I've been thinking about getting a higher rise spoiler and putting on the car to give it a little more sporty look. But not saying I don't like the spoiler or anything, but I am keeping it because, like I said, it is more of a rare spoiler now. So I think I want to just keep that for now. Of course, I have other miscellaneous things like my tow strap in the front, my Amazon catch can. And by the way, I've made videos on just about all of this stuff. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to check out the channel for any other videos on whatever you have questions about. I most likely made a video on whatever you have a question about. But if not, just leave a comment down in the section below and I'll be sure to either steer you to the video or answer the questions in the comments. The car is tuned by Alpha Speed, which is why I don't know if you can hear it by idle, but whenever the fuel gets a little too low, like under 100 miles to empty, it starts to get a little choppy and sound like it's misfiring. I don't know why it does that, but I have noticed ever since I got my tune that it does do that. Maybe the car needs more fueling and requires more fuel with the tune, and like it maybe is misfiring or something. I don't know. I changed the spark plugs out a couple times before because whenever you are tuning, you're gonna want to put a fresh set of spark plugs in there and make sure they're gapped correctly. So that shouldn't be the problem. All in all, the car is a pretty solid car. On the outside, the paint does have scratches, it does have scrapes, it does have not a lot of dents, but just like little dents in certain areas, and that I wouldn't think that's my fault unless, you know, just driving around, all the rock chips and stuff happen. On the outside, I would say the car, from being like a show car, being a 10 out of 10, I would rate that probably like a 6, to be honest with you. It's not very good. It's not in the best condition. And dang, why is the gas station full? What side is my gas tank? Oh yeah, it's on this side. Alright, we good. We good. The car, it does hold up. It is holding up. And like I said, I don't plan on selling it or anything. But I don't know. I feel like I still have a lot to do to it. And maintenance wise, I've done a lot of stuff to it, like changed the fluids. Of course, oil changes. I've changed the coolant out before. I've changed the transmission fluid, diff fluid, and brakes, rotors. I've done all of that stuff and just try to keep up with the maintenance as good as possible because I don't want anything to happen to this car. A lot of people do tend to have problems with the car. I don't know how or why, but I could just chalk it up to maintenance, I guess. But let me get out and go pump some gas so I can go ahead and give me something to eat. I know Zaxby's gonna get tired of me coming here to get some food. Oh well though, y'all good and y'all cost a lot less than Cane's. Now that I think about it, I didn't even tell y'all about the interior of my car. I do have an aftermarket head unit. It's what is it? A Boss BV755B. It's one of the cheaper head units, but it does work. It's touchscreen. I did not change any of the speakers yet. That is on my bucket list because even though I've changed out the head unit, the speakers don't sound as full and as good a quality as they should. And when listening to music, I always think about it, but I've never even purchased them. I don't know why. But y'all probably see this dragon vinyl that I have on my doors and on here and the paint and everything. I did make a video on how I did that, but I think it adds a nice touch to it, especially like adding the white, because you don't typically see white on interiors, and I think that's because it's a pretty bold statement. I do also have a short shifter and an aftermarket shift knob on the car. The short shifter isn't the best quality, I'm not even gonna lie to you, but the shift knob is definitely, I don't remember the brands of them, but I'll put them on the screen right now.
Thanks for choosing that.
All right. Always got a hold.
Thanks for holding. What kind of food?
Hey, I actually have a coupon for buy one, get one free. The Big Zack snack meal.
Okay, what's your rank?
Y'all better keep up with these coupons. Got 2 meals for the price of 1. And still less than Cane's. Less than $9. I'm not even about to hold y'all. I eat in my car. I just clean it out as much as I can. Clean it out and make sure I don't waste anything whenever I'm eating. But this is the part of the video that y'all probably clicked on it for. I'm gonna go ahead and list y'all what I feel like my car is worth. Let me stop eating first. Okay, for a perfect-ish, clean title Genesis, stock everything with probably some tasteful cosmetic mods here, maybe a lip, maybe a duckbill spoiler or something, and you know, everything clean. Light tint. Clean headlights, tail lights, factory, everything, like I said. And a 2016 Ultimate, I believe. Yeah, 2016 Ultimate. I probably would list that number around $20,000 to $21,000 at the very most that you can get for that. And I say that because the car is a really good car. Like, from the factory, it's a really good car. Obviously, it's a Hyundai, which is gonna drop the value a little bit. But I mean, it's the last reiteration of the car, the last iteration, whatever the word is, for the car. And the 2016 Ultimate would be I think, the top spec for the car. So I would not recommend anybody to pay more than that for any Genesis coupe. I'm not even gonna lie to you. And that's for a lower mileage Ultimate at that. But the ones like, for instance, mine, 2014 R-Spec, if it was mostly stock with some tasteful mods and stuff, a little higher mileage, probably around between 80 to 120,000 miles. Like I said, in a better condition than mine is in right now, but a lot better condition. I'm talking about like a 9 out of 10 paint, 9 out of 10 noises and creaks and stuff. That's something that people tend to look for. And you know, nice tires on the factory wheels, and just hasn't been tampered with. And I would say that probably would go between 15 and 17,000 in my opinion. And my car is not that. So basically, I think my car as it sits, everything I told you, even the maintenance and everything, I feel as if my car is maybe a $12,000 to $13,000 car, and that's with everything on it. That's with even putting some stuff back to stock, such as the wheels and the hood vent. I don't know who would want the stock hood vents, but the grill and you know, just cleaning it up and making sure everything is changed again, maintenance wise, and it's still a $12,000 to $13,000 car. I can't see anybody, like, I wouldn't recommend anybody buying my car for that much. Luckily, I don't have to go through that because, like I said, I'm keeping this car for as long as possible. I'm keeping this car until the wheels fall off. Then I'm just gonna put some more wheels on it. That's what I believe my car is worth. And the Genesis platform, I feel as if it gets such a bad name, and that's what gives it the low worth and why people just trash the car so much. I don't know. I'll never understand it. But this video was not meant to be as long as it is. I just wanted to wash the car, show y'all that the stickers are finally off of it, because those things have had a rough time on this car, especially with all the heat this summer that we had. Everything was just so brittle. It was all chipping off, and the stickers were just in such bad shape. But I'm about to eat my Zaxby's because this some good stuff. I don't need no sauce for these fries. I never even had this before though. I usually get a chicken sandwich, but I never had this. It looked like it's gonna be good. It tastes like it's gonna be good. I want to eat it while it's hot. So if you like the video, you already know what to do. Go ahead and drop a thumbs up and leave a comment in the section below. Like I said, if you have any questions about my car, my journey with the car, the Genesis Coupe platform in general, this is the 3.8. Stupid battery died. But as I was saying before I was rudely interrupted, I don't know anything about the 2.0 platform. So if you have any questions about that, I mean, I'll do what I can to answer whatever, but I'm gonna direct you into the direction of somebody who knows a little more about that than I do. But if you aren't subscribed to the channel, you might want to go ahead and subscribe, because I do try to post some of the best Genesis Coupe content on the platform, like I always say. And yeah, I have a Honda CRX build that you might be interested in, and I do put a little bit more effort into making those videos. But not saying I don't put effort into these, but y'all know what I mean. I'm about to just go ahead and stop talking y'all's head off and end the video here. So always remember to do more, be more, believe more, and achieve more. And I thank y'all for watching.